客か。もてなしてやるよ、俺たちが。教えてやるぜ、わびさびをな。待て、止まれ、サビスケ。
ああ、悪いけどリキューさん、これも任務っつことで。
ダメです、それ以上。選んでくださ
い。よっ、はい、これで次も勝ったも同然っしょ。
Alright, it looks like it's working now. Sorry for all the stream resets. If I put this game in full screen, it crashes. Now the game works fine, but my recording software crashes. I'm guessing it can't hook onto the source properly or something. Seems like as much as I want to play this full screen, it's just gonna keep crashing.
左近目の際の出目にて消したとな。
そうそう、三成様に俺のおかげでって。それ俺殺されちゃいません？やっぱ無理っす。ジョブさん、さっきのなしっす。いや、戦には勝ちますけど、他はもろもろなしっす。よっ、はい、出ました、ピンゾロの蝶と。こいつの出目も最高、幸先いいんじゃね？これで次も勝ったも同然っしょね、ジョブさん。
主の振る際に
サーコン入ります。
私はただ謙信様の元へと戻るだけだ。
夜の戦場で忍び3人とくれ。こうなるのも当然だろなあ、風磨。
あんたらの中で勝ち残りそうなのは
おまけに間の悪いお客さんと来た。夜はうちらの時間だって教わらなかった？
お前らと遊んでいる暇はない。この情報を持ち帰らなければ。
俺様結構忙しいんだけどね。あんたが俺たちに仕掛けてきたのは偶然か？それとも戦忍びをまとめて始末ってことか？まあいいさ、どっちにしてもこれも大事なお仕事だし。
おっと、さすがにサイコロ振ってる場合じゃねえや。
もう優しくはないぞ。命を惜しむなら立ち去れ。
一番できる忍びは神のマシだと思うだろう。
倒れるのか。私はカイドに伝えるんだ。
いいよ。しかし
最下集です。
しかしお前とも長い付き合いだよな。
Yeah,
俺みてえなろくでなしによくついてきてくれてんよ。
when
感
I
謝してるぜ。
when I make this full screen,
お前がいなきゃ
the game is working fine. I mean, besides the sound glitches and stuff, which I mean, I don't really mind that much. I've played this game so much, but when I put it in full screen, my XSplit crashes. So what I was trying to do is diagnose exactly what's wrong. So I just have to play it windowed, which kind of sucks. I mean, I won't lie, it does suck, but no, it's working. I don't think it's anything wrong with the emulator. I think it's just that the XSplit can't handle it. So gotta have some workarounds, I guess. Yeah, if it goes down again, let me know. It shouldn't, though. I think it's actually gonna cooperate with me right now. Yeah, if I put this in full screen, it will crash right now. The stream will freeze, and then I have to go and end task. It's pretty annoying. I don't really care. It's not like this game is really worth putting in full screen anyway. It's, you know, it's a PS3 game. Original resolution was 720p, so I mean it's not really gonna look too great on a big monitor like this anyway. It's gonna look washed out. What's the problem is my recording software. If I put this in full screen, it crashes. So I'm just playing in windowed right now, as much as I don't want to. That's the way to make this work. No, it's not that big of a deal. Really, it's not the end of the world. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just trying to diagnose what was making it happen, that's all, and I did. I might just play this on my first monitor, which is 1080p. Thinking about just doing that. That monitor has pretty low input lag. I mean, this is a lot more execution heavy than Koei Muso games for sure. These kinds of things just happen, though. You game on PC. Sometimes things just don't want to. They don't want to play nice with each other, and you gotta sit there and you gotta sit there and figure out what's wrong, what is the conflict, what's causing it to do that. It really only seems to be this game too. I used to play Xelia on here. It was fine. But this is not for some reason. Like, remember when my streams would get laggy? When I'd play, like, larger games? There was nothing wrong with my computer the entire time. The entire time that was happening. It was my programming. My recording program. The entire time. Absolutely nothing wrong with my computer. Can run these games and stream them just fine. You guys get good quality. That matters. That's all that matters. But like, you have no idea how much I went through trying to fix that. It turns out I had to talk to their support, and they told me, here's the test version. See if this works. And it fixed it. I've had no problems since. The only problem I've had with it is this. But it's something to do with the way that the game capture works. Yeah, that was the problem the entire time. There's nothing wrong on my end. It's because they made it stop requiring administrator access, which makes it so that when you play more demanding games, the recording software does not give priority to the GPU. So when I was playing stuff that was more demanding, like DMC, Kingdom Hearts, Tales of Arise, most recently, yeah, that was the entire problem. Nothing wrong on my end at all. Yeah, you pay a premium and you get a better experience than console, but you know, you just kind of have to accept that sometimes things are just going to stop working for no reason. The Windows update will update and just completely screw over your ability to do your job, you know. You've got a paper due or something. Windows updates overnight. You come back and Photoshop doesn't work anymore. That kind of stuff. That's just what you sign up for when you do PC gaming. There's a lot of advantages to it, especially for gaming, mods, better performance and stuff, but it comes with a price. Much as people like to brag about their gaming PCs, that's like the most obvious thing that's wrong with it. Like, nothing's wrong with your computer. Sometimes just Windows forces an update and your shit doesn't work anymore.
バカだよ本当にバカ野郎だ
Yeah, if I go back to that other version of XSplit right now, this would probably be really laggy.
戦場で強いっていうのは正義なんだよ
あらいい口ねあと3つほど揃えましょうか
姉上せめて1に1つくらいは破れまいと必死だなそれでこそ送るべき悪だ槍の振るいがいがあるってもんだお待ちになるなこの私の異様を見習えもし思う通りに旗を上げられたならばどんなにか
こういうだ使っちゃダメ
少しぐらいいやダメだ耐えるのだ一
田山様お願い口に金貸して使ってよしとる並みに働いたなら褒美は思いのままよ
生は不病にして断末魔は公平よな
What do the medals do? It's like a bunch of gimmicks. You transform into other officers, or you get bonuses. They're pretty annoying, but when you start this game from scratch, you have to do it. There's costumes and stuff. There's a lot to unlock with them. It was their way of like having replay value.
すまぬ姉上から譲り受けられる気がしないのだ
They usually play with it off, but this is a fresh file. I don't know if my file for my PS3 is right. I still have it. I still have it, but not entirely sure how to get it off there.
豊臣の天下とか正直どうでもいいやいつからそこにやべえおかしいぞ姉上万一私が敗れることあれば解く引くのだ戦はまだ終わってはおらぬ八百長なしのガキンコ勝負悔いとかないっしょ
あなたたちってどうしてそんなまあいいよ
三成様にいいとこ見せたぜで、あれ見てねえしマリア様九州より良質の反物が届きました
The medals are used for a lot of things. Personal inscriptions, costumes, entire new moves. There's a lot to unlock with it. But eventually it gets to the point where you don't even really need to, you don't need to bother with this stuff. When you start, you definitely do. And keep in mind, this was an expansion to, this game was an expansion.
これで城一つが姉上の布置き場に
But most people who bought this when it came out already had, like, a pretty good file. You could grind them out pretty fast. I don't remember it taking me that long.
マリア様最後の白をお持ちし ました。今すぐお運びいたします。
いけない部下ね。わらわをこんなに待たせるなんてあなたにはわからない。いつも長政様の苦しみなんて。
道場はしねえし手も抜かねえ。でなきゃつかみ子供には嘘になっちまう。
お前たちわらわを喜ばせたくないの？
最後に主が勝ればそれで我らの勝利を。活木スペシ浅井長政輝く剣我が胸にあり。
うるさいわね。
キー様とマリア様、さでやかなる花二つを守らん。総大がしも美人二人に挟まれてみたい。
その調子で頑張ってわらわのために。
お任せくだされ。拙者の手柄も残しておいてくだされ。
天様のためにどれか持って帰ろうかな。
俺に化けて出るとか筋違いだな。
指揮する人が倒れた以上俺たちただの烏合の衆。私とてもはや姉上の影に隠れるばかりではない。
長政、わらわはしばらく献上品をめでるわ。お客様のお相手よろしく頼むわね。
姉上、突然何を。
Best intro
また
right
れよ
here.
姉上。姉上。
Let's skip this. Best intro.
闇と炎の狭間より
Does the Sentai roll call?
舞い上がれ。
Yes.
最終正義。義、元、特段。口を挟むは
Glad they brought him
悪で
back.
ある。
He definitely deserved to come back.
まったく姉上め、どこまで恥をさらせば気が済むのだ。許せ一、嫁入り先はこのような。
長政様は悪くないわ。悪いのは
さまではせんよ。
よりまいてくすこめて嫁につけようや衣でに。長政、その傷は何？わらわの許しなき壊れないで。
いかに姉上とて過ぎたるわがままは悪。総員加速、右に回って撤退せよ。
兄様が言ってた。泣かぬなら殺してしまえって。姉様を懲らしめてくれるの？そう騒がしいわね。死なせだのに満足にできないじゃない。いいわ、ちょうど物足りなかったところだもの。あなたという名の献上品、わらわが受け取ってあげる。
くれるってんなら遠慮なくもらっとくよ。 それがあんたの望みなんだろ。
そうね。あなたのものにならなってもいいわ。ただしヨシテルに勝ったらね。
イノシシ武者め、手番は交互に回すものぞ。
あなたの強引なところ悪くないわ。何度だって追いかけてきてね。それがあなたの宿命。わらわがそう決めたのだから。
Taking a long time for this to exit levels. It's like it looks like it's soft locked, but it's not. The patch for this only works on the disc version. The disc version is very unstable compared to the digital one, but the translation files don't hook onto the digital version for now. They said that they're going to look into that, but you got a good enough computer to play this. You just kind of have to accept that. If you want it in English, it's going to be janky. Crash. I think it's soft locked. It better have saved. Oh no. Alright. Let me continue. Hello? Hello? This is annoying. I don't know why it waits until the end of a level and stop working. It's in that level for like 15 minutes. Alright, there we go. Good. Yeah, I'm on RTCS3. I could run this on a PS3. I assume I could. I don't know how to jailbreak it. And it doesn't work on the digital version anyway, which is the one that I bought. I don't really care. Yeah, it'll get better later on. I mean, if you're like really thirsty to play this game, it's worth it, but if you want like full parity with playing it on the intended platform, then yeah, do not set this up right now. Not worth it at the moment. That's got some junk on it. Being able to read this is really nice, by the way. This was always the biggest problem with playing this game, was the inscription system, because it's a lot more complicated. No, they said they're not going to do PS4 most likely. Such a small selection of people can run it. I mean, most people have PS3s lying around. You could get this running. Could import the game. I think it's actually relatively cheap to get this game now. Not as much as it used to be, but They did do a greatest hits equivalent for this. I think they call it PlayStation the Best. But they also put this game out on PS4 because this was a very late PS3 game. Both the original game and the expansion, which is what I'm playing now. 2014 and 2015 specifically, so PS4 was already out at that point for like a couple years. And for what it's worth, there's like not really any reason to play it on PS4. I'd argue there isn't now that the game is in English. I mean, it really is, it literally just is the same game. There's nothing different about it. I'd say the biggest advantage right now is that if you care about co-op, which is kind of like Tales games, people like to bitch about not having co-op, but it's like such a small selection of people that use it. You can use share play on the PS4, and you can basically simulate co-op. But other than that, it's the same game. The only thing they did is they doubled the resolution. This game already ran really solid on the PS3. It's not like these remasters that are coming out now on the PS5. You know, like Avengers is a good example. Avengers runs terrible on the old consoles, and it takes like ages to load. Whereas, you know, on the new consoles, it runs perfectly. The load times are instant. There's nothing like that with this game. It really is just, it's the same thing. They're really smart when they made this game. They use a lot of rendering tricks to ensure that the frame rate is stable, which in a game like this really matters. Things like nothing behind you is rendered. That's why you can't turn the camera around that fast. You can't turn it around like you're playing like an FPS with the mouse. Like, you know how fast you can turn around in those games? You can turn around like way faster than a person could. You can't do that here. It doesn't render anything that you can't see. So basically everything that's in front of you is rendered. Obviously, if they ever made a new game, they would not need to do that, but at the time, it was how they got the game looking this good and still running very smooth. Crash? Hello? Ground control to Major Tom. Stream's still on. Alright, well, that's enough of that for now. Let's play something else. It definitely takes some patience to play it. You know, if you haven't really played the game before, I definitely recommend it. But right now, it would be better to wait for them to port it to the disc version. On a minute. I don't know why this is happening. The source won't change. Let me refresh it. Alright, let's play something else. I don't feel like fighting with that anymore tonight. I'm very relaxed right now. Yeah, I mean, I have like so many videos of that game up. It's not like it's really like a new, exciting thing for me. Be able to mess with the weapons a lot easier because there won't be a language barrier anymore. But I mean, I've played that game to death. I'm not really. It's not a new experience for me. Give me a second here. I'm gonna copy my Other World Legends file over. I haven't played it on PC in like 2 weeks. Hopefully they can port it to the digital version, and that will fix pretty much all the problems. Alright, let me look at the Steam sale actually. Let's switch gears here. I did get a donation earlier. Might just buy something and play it now. I'm kind of like leaning towards that. Yeah, I tried Avengers at the gaming center. They have a PS5 and a Series X over there. It's a night and day difference. I mean, that game is still all kinds of jacked up, but uh, technical problems, there's none. Like the game just works. But yeah, the Basara remaster, it's no, you don't really need to go crazy to get it. It really is just the same game. But I mean, that's a good thing, really. I don't like when they remaster stuff and it's like, dude, this is how this game should have played in the first place. Like, shouldn't have to wait. Avengers is a good example. That game is a nightmare to play on PC. The optimization is horrible. The load times take ages. It's not optimized for PC hardware at all. Like it sucks to play on there. I was actually in shock. I got that game for free for PS4. I played it over at the game lounge. It loads instantly. There's no load times at all. That game takes like it seriously takes like 90 seconds to load anything on the PC. This doesn't look half bad. So this is what I've got in my cart right now. Uh, this game is finally $20. The netcode is horrible. I hear people don't like the balancing, but I heard the RPG mode in this is actually kind of fun. I was, it's like the right price for me. I wouldn't bother buying the characters and stuff. Besides this guy with the claws because he looks cool. But other than that, like, there's a number of reasons why this game died. There's a lot of unfortunate things happen to this game, but I feel like a lot of it is their fault. Like, you don't have rollback. It comes out right when the lockdown started, pretty much. Yeah, March 13th. So, at least here, America's slow to do anything about the pandemic. This was pretty much like the exact week the pandemic started. The lockdown and the restrictions and stuff. It comes out then, it has no rollback, and then the game is like ridiculously priced. And now you can get the whole thing for $50, but it just doesn't seem like there's much point. I was thinking about trying this. Has anyone tried the RPG mode in this? Is it like pretty meaty? I mean, for $20, if I just buy like one character, I think I'd get enough. I'd get enough fun out of it. I mean, actually playing this game competitively is the mess right now. Look, there's barely even 300 people playing it. Like that, I don't care about. I'm just curious about the single player content. I might have some fun with it. But I don't really know anybody who's played it extensively, and the game died really fast. Didn't really have what was needed. These are supposedly really good ports too. Even the speedrun stuff still works. Like when they remaster old ass games like these and people can still do speedruns on them, I think that's that's about as good as it gets, really. So a lot of times when they do retro games like this, they can't be used for speedruns, but I watched somebody who's he's popular for doing these kinds of games. He speedruns on them. That's definitely the way to go. You want people to buy ancient games instead of emulating them, you need to do a good job. And if you don't, then nobody's going to buy it. But a lot of times they can't even be bothered to do that, so you end up with something that's inferior to emulating it. But then people don't buy the collection. They think people don't want any more of that series or franchise, which is like never the case. It's just you need to put the effort in. I was kind of looking at this. And I'd wait for some reviews on this one though. Been waiting for this game for a long time. It looks kind of slow paced. I don't think they had gameplay before. Is this a roguelike? Roguelike like. Wow, that's a new one. Oh yeah, this is has like some weird RTS shit to it. Like kind of like lost interest at that point. It's just like nobody's done a good job of that since ActRaiser. Trying to combine like action platforming and like some other kind of genre. It's really only the first ActRaiser that really did a good job of that. The rest feel like half baked. Oh no, this game looks kind of dry. Let's clean this up. I heard this one's not good either. This one was disappointing. Ding. I don't think they would add anything to this game. I did pretty much did everything in this game. Fully cleared it. I don't really feel like playing it again. You're doing a speed run event for this? Really? How many people did they have that actually want to do that? I think it would actually be pretty hard. As the items you get in that game, they do make a difference. But you need a lot of them, so going through it with nothing probably have like very little margin for error. I know they've like polished the game a lot. I kind of wish I had not pre-ordered that game because like they polished it up a bit, but I did everything. I got the true ending. Like there's nothing left to do in that game. The only thing I didn't do was like I didn't get some of the items, but I don't care about achievements. The Switch doesn't have achievements anyway. I kind of like, you know what? I'm happy just being done with this. I don't really have any kind of desire to go back to it. I like that though. It's rare to find games you can just like just play and finish. I like service games too, but sometimes it's nice to, you know, invest a couple sittings into a game and be done with it. You can feel like you can just uninstall it, move on. But it sucks when games have like really obvious things wrong with them and they fix them, but they're also like single playthrough games. So it's like, okay, it's nice that you fixed the game, but I already did everything in it because I bought the game at start. And now you're making the game better, and I don't have any reason to go back. The Jump Force. This is getting delisted soon, I think. I never actually played this one. I hear it's pretty terrible. For $6, I'm almost wanting to do it, but no, I don't hate myself that much.